Padres, lost weekend, lost season.
Oh, brutal.
I was thinking of picking up the phone and calling my friend as a Catholic priest and asking him if he wanted to go to Petco Park and give last rites to the Padres baseball season. I'm just blown away that you could lose 3 of 4 to the Arizona Diamondbacks, who came into town with a 7-25 record since July, and you lose 3 of 4 to the Diamondbacks. Could have lost all 4. Yes, Padres hit a couple of unbelievable drives on the button that were tracked down at the wall, a couple of amazing catches. This team is 18 games out of first place. 18 games. This team is 6 games back of the last wild card spot. With all those teams, they'd have to leap by to be able to get it done. The Padres have lost 10 of their last 14. They get Miami, which is fighting for its playoff life, in for this short series at Petco, and then they go away. They go to Milwaukee. They go to St. Louis. Milwaukee's in a dogfight trying to win their division. So at the end of the day, the Padres lineup just across the board has underachieved. John, here's some stats I dug up. As they start play on Monday, Manny Machado's hitting 248. Career batting average is 281.
Yeah.
He's down 40 points. Tatis, he's hitting 268. I don't know if he's fatigued or he's dinged up, but he's a career 284 hitter. That's 16 points deficient. Juan Soto, 261. Hits it well, strikes out a lot, walks a lot. 261, 106 walks, 106 strikeouts. My goodness. He's a 290 career hitter, so he's almost 40 points below his career average. Xander Bogaerts, 265. He's been consistent and solid, but he was a 280 hitter when he left Fenway Park. Jake Cronenworth, 230 hitter, 20 points below his season average, and Jake's now in his second bad substandard season in a row at home plate. He was a 285 guy when he got here, and he's gone progressively down to the point he's hitting 230 right now. Those guys that I just mentioned, that's a combined 113 points below the career batting average. And the bench, just brutal. And the DH, brutal. First base hitting, terrible. Catchers with the bat in their hand, kind of deficient. And by the way, this team has three hitting coaches. And look where they are statistically. Fans are amazing. 50 sellouts on the season. I mean, the fans are continuing to go out. They're not seeing winning baseball. Sub 500 team at home at Petco, which is hard to believe. But maybe they go because the Gaslamp Quarter is fun and party time, Petco Park, destination point. It's amazing. Sidebar story, the Padres, and this is radical for them to do it, but this is the way A.J. Preller operates. They have moved 5 of their top young players to Double-A San Antonio, led by the 17-year-old teenage catcher, Ethan Salas. Salas hit 267 Lake Elsinore as he started the season. And then he moved to Fort Wayne Class A, upper Class A, hit 200. But A.J. Preller's of the opinion that letting him compete now against this type of advanced competition, letting him compete and receiving quality pitching as a catcher will benefit him. Ethan Salas, Rob Snelling, who's 9-3, he was also part of the 5 that moved from Class A to Double-A San Antonio. Meanwhile, 5 players have been elevated to Class A Fort Wayne from Lake Elsinore, including number 1 pick Dylan Lasco, who's recovering from elbow surgery, and young outfielder Sam Zuvala, who's having himself a good statistical season. And this year's number 1 pick has gone to Lake Elsinore. Dylan Head, 18-year-old outfielder. He was in the Arizona Summer League, the Complex League. He's now been moved to Class A in the Cal League. You never, hardly ever, see groups and clumps of players taken from one minor league affiliate and moved them up. But each of these kids is having good seasons. And I know there's a periphery of fans that are excited about what's in the system. Well, that might be 2 years away if nobody has any setbacks. And at the end of the day, there is a good clump of kids but they're not deliverable to Petco Park by October 1st or even opening day of next season. So do you know any Catholic priests that might want to administer last rites to the Padres? This is just, it's astounding to me.
Well, maybe an exorcism is what we need.
Oh.
I mean, it's amazing. I was at the game on Saturday night, and again, the fans showed up, even though there was all the the threat of the storm. Darvish wasn't sharp. Darvish gave up a lot of hits, and then the Diamondbacks started a pitcher. I think his record was 1-6, and had an ERA like somewhere above 6.
He had a perfect game going.
Yes, and we couldn't hit the ball. I mean, and so many balls were driven deep but caught at the warning track. And those batting averages you shared are so low. Remember we talked at the beginning of the year, we said batting averages should be up, runs should be up because they banned the shift. They did all these things to change the pace of play in the game. We thought that was going to favor the hitters, but for some bizarre reason, the Padres are going in the other direction. I don't get it.
It's stunning to me. Maybe there's too much information overload. Maybe these guys just need to have the 3 Padre hitting coaches step back and let these guys go up and just swing. Because, I mean, that's absolutely amazing. Those top 4 guys are a combined 113 points below their career batting averages. And statistically, team batting average, runners in scoring position, really pitiful for a payroll of $253 million. So that's where they are with the Padres. They get Miami. And we'll see what they do on the road in Milwaukee and St. Louis. Exorcism.
I think that's where they need to go. I mean, they say keep the faith. It's hard to keep the faith. But I want to comment on the kids down in the farm. I like what Preller's doing, moving these guys up. They're deserving. Every one of these guys is having a good year. And remember, we've talked about how the depth of the farm system was all at low A and high A.
Now it's been bumped.
Now they're up. Now they're at double A. So they're, many of them are only one step away from the majors, right? So now the upper end of the farm system's getting, bolstered. And meanwhile, Preller and his scouts are excellent at bringing in talent to fill in the lower tiers of the system. So this looks good. It's the number 7 or the number 9 minor league organization in all of baseball. I mean, that's one thing you can't criticize Preller about. He gets talent.
Now, does he keep the talent? That's another chapter, another story for another off season. Fascinating to watch Ethan Salas. This kid is 17, and he has now played at 3 different levels. So that'll be fun to see. He seems just mature beyond his years, and he seems physically so complete. A guy with a bat in his hand. We'll see now as he makes the jump to Double-A San Antonio for the final month of the Texas League season, how he copes with that next level, because as you go up, those guys on the mound are much better pitchers.
Oh, yeah.
And as you go up, those guys playing defense are snaring line drives and ground balls that you think you're going to knock through. So it'll be fun to see where that goes. Bad time in baseball?